What's going on, box fans? It's Julian Williams with The Distance. I'm here to give my top 5 heavyweights for the week. This is the first part of my new weekly series of top 5s. I'll be doing top 5 heavyweights this week. Next week will be top 5 light heavyweights, and so forth and so on. I'll be doing top 5s for a while. I'm going to start today off with my top 5 heavyweights. My number 5 heavyweight is Mike Tyson. I will reveal my number 1 heavyweight on Friday, by the way, but my number 5 is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was actually, at first I had Joe Frazier above Mike Tyson, but I put Mike Tyson above Joe Frazier because I think that Mike Tyson, a younger Mike Tyson, was a bit more skilled, and I think that a young Mike Tyson gives every fighter on my list trouble, even number 1, 1 and 2. But I think a young Mike Tyson gives every fighter on my list trouble because he did perfect the peekaboo defensive style. And what was great about his style of fighting was the fact that with that style he didn't hit you with just one hard shot. It would be a few hard shots. See, Mike Tyson, when he was younger, didn't throw a single shot or look for one big KO with one punch like he started to when he left Kevin Rooney, when he started to headhunt and just look for the one punch knockout. When he was younger, he was walking forward, slipping punches left and right, and countering. And you didn't want a Mike Tyson counter. Now see, one of the main reasons I have Mike Tyson at 20 is, other than the fact that he would have given trouble to any fighter on my list, is the fact that no other fighter at 20 years old was able to captivate the sport the way Mike Tyson has. At 22, he was already the undisputed champion, so that's one hell of an accomplishment for a 22-year-old boxer. But anyway, Mike Tyson, at pretty much at 20 years old, or 22, 23, did everything he could have possibly done in boxing, basically. If he would have stayed focused, we would be seeing maybe a big 10, 15-year reign, beating Joe Louis's record, if he wanted to. But he didn't stay focused, and he lost to Buster Douglas. Now see, he did lose about 3 years of his prime when he went to prison, but he did make up for that with all those knockouts, but then lost to Evander Holyfield, who I have at number 7 on my list. But Mike Tyson, I think a 20-year-old Tyson gives Evander Holyfield trouble. Because see, I don't know how a boxer could adjust, or any type of fighter could adjust, to a big heavyweight walking forward, slipping your punches, and countering you with a clean shot. I don't know how any boxer could adjust to that style. And on top of that, Mike Tyson was feared. He was feared, and I believe the one man that didn't fear him, or the first man that didn't fear him, Buster Douglas. He knocked him out. But then again, he was going through some stuff. His mother had just passed away. He wanted to win that title, and that matchup was pretty much who was hungrier. I think if Tyson would have faced Douglas a year earlier, he would have killed Douglas. But Douglas had inspiration, and he kind of went in and was like, no, I'm gonna knock Tyson out, and that's what he did. And I gotta give that to Douglas, even though he's kind of a one-punch wonder, or a one-combo wonder, pretty much. He did defeat prime Mike Tyson, but I gotta say this: Mike Tyson, a young Mike Tyson gives every fighter on my list trouble. He slipped punches, he countered very well, and most of the time when he countered you, you were going down. You're going down for the count, and it's unfortunate that Mike Tyson went into the direction that he did, but it happens sometimes, and I'm glad to see him. I'm glad to see him now make peace with himself. But Mike Tyson was able to captivate the sport at such a young age. He accomplished what he needed to accomplish, and he was on top of the boxing world. He had no way to go but down, and that's pretty much what happened. But to this day, Mike Tyson is my number 5 heavyweight. He he did defeat a lot of great veterans, or solid veterans, excuse me. He did defeat the great Larry Holmes, who's on my list as well. Knocked him out. Only firing 75 matchups to 75, 76 matchups to knock out Larry Holmes, which is a hell of an accomplishment. He defeated Pinklon Thomas, who was another former titleist, and Tony Tucker. He defeated Michael Spinks in 93 seconds, who was still a lineal champion. So Mike Tyson accomplished what he needed to accomplish at 23 years old, and I have him at number 5 on my heavyweights list, on my top 5 heavyweights list, because one he unified just about all the titles, and 2 he defeated some great veterans, and 3 he pretty much could give trouble to every fighter on the list, and was very skilled, had power in both hands, and countered very well. That's a great combination that you want in a heavyweight fighter. So anyway, that's my number 5. Tomorrow will be number 4. But thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think. Just comment my page or whatever. Anyway, that was The Distance. Peace.